Gen Z consumers, sustainable cosmetics, efficient appliances, sustainable restaurant takeout, plant-based foods in grocery, and electric vehicle sales growth. What do these all have in common? Well, they're all part of this week's Sustainable Life 5 in 5. My take on 5 highlights from the world of sustainable living, all in under 5 minutes. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sustainable Life 5 in 5. I am Douglas Sabo, or at Green Living Doug, across all the social media channels. And I'm excited that you're joining me this week for my 3rd episode of the 5 in 5 series, where I go through the week's posts of the Sustainable Life blog at greenlivingdoug.com and curate 5 highlights and themes that I want to share with you from the world of sustainable living. As you can see, I'm coming to you live this week from our car, our electric car, our Chevy Bolt, in fact. Why, you might ask? Well, stay tuned into the 5 highlights to find out more. So, spoiler alert, electric vehicle news lies ahead. If you do like this content that you're hearing today, and as always, please like and subscribe. It's really appreciated. And even more importantly, in the comments section, would love to always hear your views. What do you think of these highlights? What were some highlights of your own? So with that, let's go ahead and turn to the 5 highlights of the week. They are curated from the Sustainable Life blog, which cover topics like beauty and personal care, home and design, food, dining and restaurants, but specifically takeout and delivery this week, mobility, electric vehicles and specifically, and then food, plant-based. So those were the 5 themes of posts that were there that I curated from, and let's go ahead and get started. Got to set the timer. Last week I nailed it within 5 seconds. Let's see how we do this week. Theme number 1, Gen Z driving sustainable beauty. Now, when we're talking Gen Z, we are talking consumers around ages 11 to 26. This highlight this week talked about the important role that they already are playing in purchasing decisions, that they are emphasizing attributes in their products that they choose of quality, but also equitable labor practices, ethical principles, sustainability, and this already is driving impact on sustainable beauty and cosmetics. They are looking at whether that's clean and natural ingredients, sustainable packaging, or ability to refill or other attributes. And this is significant to me, why I picked this, because already it's talking about the emerging purchasing power of Gen Z, but already there's also been a lot of focus on the influence that Gen Z has had in household decisions, even if they didn't have the purchasing power. And they've had that in sustainable travel and tourism and others. So we're going to see this emphasis of purpose, ethics, and sustainability. We're seeing it already in beauty and personal care and cosmetics, and I think we're going to see this across other topics as well. Okay, theme number 2, sustainable and net zero homes. So there was 4 different pieces coming out of the IFA 2023 show in Europe. It's described as the world's largest consumer electronics and home appliances trade show. And clearly a key theme of the home appliances part of this was really around sustainability and net zero. LG announced its eco-conscious lifestyle and emphasized the lifestyle, including its highly efficient appliances and its net zero vision house. Miele introduced the Arium laundry appliances, which have a big impact on reducing water use. Beko featured its energy spin technology, really reducing energy consumption in laundry, and Samsung Electronics featured its net zero home project. So four leading brands with huge scale and reach, all emphasizing and leaning in on sustainability. And that's why I chose it, because of the not hiding away from sustainability, but really leaning in on those attributes and highlighting them. So more to come around sustainable home. And it's an area where consumers really have a lot of input on purchasing and decision making. Third area, turning to food, sustainable takeout and delivery. We spend a lot of time talking about restaurants and dining or grocery, but not a lot of time on takeout and delivery. And this is an area of growing importance as consumers have continued to surge in their use of takeout and delivery for their meal options. So 3 different items, all under the umbrella of takeout and delivery in a sustainable way. Just Eat for Business is trialing carbon labeling on food options together with 12 restaurants in the Greater London area. Another announcement from Gently and DeliverZero is working on building a network of returnable packaging, takeout containers in Los Angeles as a first pilot. And a third Huhtamaki, there was a spotlight on their work in sustainable options for takeout packaging. So significant because, again, the importance of food and the food footprint for consumers, an area where they can make a lot of choices and have options, and a topic area that we don't spend as much time on, and perhaps we'll come and spend more time as there's more work in takeout and delivery. Fourth, food still, but this time turning to grocery, and specifically plant-based foods in grocery. There was an announcement of a new joint initiative and collaboration among Carrefour, Unilever, Danone, and 5 other brands who are teaming up on an initiative to drive plant-based sales. They're going to focus on product innovation, promotional campaigns, recipes, sharing best practices, and that's great. And we've talked about a lot in this theme around sustainable living, the need for radical collaboration, and collaborations not among competitors, collaborations across value chains, and that's what this brings. You got product companies, you got a grocery retailer, you got leading brands, and this exemplifies that radical collaboration. And so more of that to come around the world, we hope. And finally, mobility. Why am I in the car? Electric vehicle sales and adoption. 4, I think, different stories out under the umbrella this week of the growth in EV sales. In California, EV sales have grown from 2 to 22% of new car sales in the last 5 years alone. If California were a country, it would rank 4th in EV sales. Gartner had a piece out around 15 million EVs having shipped in 2023, but they expect that to grow by 20% into 2024. In the UK, a story that 1 in 5 new cars in August that were registered were EVs, and a new Harris poll around 54% of gas-powered vehicle drivers are likely to buy. So momentum in electric vehicles. It's great. I think we're reaching tipping points, including, say, in California and beyond. More to come. Okay, 5 minutes is up. And those were my 5 highlights. So again, thank you for joining me for the Sustainable Life 5 in 5. Please like and subscribe if you like this content and you want to continue to see it and see more of it. Use the comments feature to share your take on these 5 or your own 5. And I just love to hear from you. So stay tuned for more. Again, I'm Douglas Sabo at Green Living Doug across various social media channels. Would love to hear your voice and your continued engagement with this content. Sustainable living, such an important topic for us all. Thank you again for joining us for Sustainable Life 5 in 5.